am. Someone messaged me again about trying to find the URLs for past sessions, or VODs rather. And my mic is really sensitive today. I don't know why that is. Alright, yeah, so I wonder if I can actually just... that's not good. I was thinking of getting some text to actually like scroll on the screen or something to display the URL, but that's a hell of a lot to... oh boy. Hey, how you doing? That's a hell of a lot of text to view and type in. And actually that wouldn't really help unless the person was viewing it live. Maybe? I don't know. This still seems odd. Hey, how you doing? Okay, maybe this was a harebrained scheme to begin with. I won't bother with this. I want to discard them. Who cares? And it doesn't have anything on it actually, but whatever. We'll just hide it still. Hey everybody. So last week we actually made pretty good progress on this upper floor, and then changing the base layout of this lower floor. So what I think will be good is to finish this up, get the key sort of hanging there in plain view of the player. And then I think we will move on to redoing the entry here finally. Okay. I think that's better. Woo. Something that occurred to me right before starting streaming is that I want like awnings or something here for the player to be able to climb up on, but the thing is that sort of suggests if we were to have them on this building that there'd be stuff underneath it that it's trying to cover. And I don't think that is that doesn't make sense that there'd be stuff down there necessarily, especially if we want to keep this wall basically plain. So what I think I'm gonna do instead, it occurred to me I could have sort of awning right here on this building actually, and hopefully have it wrap around this corner, maybe change the layout of this a bit. And then we can have something over here, so hopefully the player can like climb up, jump across, then climb across here to get to the window, and that feels like a sufficient sort of obstacle to be engaging. Plus, if that's the case, I actually have a little flexibility about how far down this can be moved and how far in I could move this corner. So, I have a little more flexibility as to not letting the player jump over this gate. All right. So, looking down here. So what is it? Last time we ended up, or this is the last thing we did, I think. Yeah. Yes, trying to get a good read here to make sure that, you can spy this thing. You can see the guard from this angle as you're coming down the stairs. Yeah. So this seems pretty nice. Basically come through here. Then I think honestly having a ceiling light here might make sense because we need most of this, but just basically lit enough. Lights. Extinguishable, just ceiling stuff. Or maybe, actually, we get one of these fancy desk lamps. Ooh, steel. Sure, let's go with that. This seems pretty large, actually, compared to a person, you know? It's like a whole torso. Funk static. And yeah, something like this. This is probably fine. Probably make sure that this has like little supports under it to make it look supported. That's not redundant. um, but yeah, probably provide that later as detail work. So now for this thing, want basically another light associated with this. This lamp, I don't want to cast any shadows. One. And how's this look? Actually, we could probably get this redone. Oh, whoops. By using only the desk lamp. Yeah, see? Because he's lit from the front. Honestly, it looks creepier. I really dig that. Maybe have another small light back here in order to have this seen from behind, just to let the player know that there's a way into this room. And for this, I think I'm going to cheat, actually. I'm basically just going to use this one light for both. That doesn't look terribly great. Ambient big round, bright round. Yeah, something like that. Although this is like very obvious in terms of this boundary. But it basically gets like the effect I need out of here. Actually, I don't know about this. Jeez. Yep, that's overlapping. That'll be a problem in the future, or it might be. These do as well. Yeah, this could get hairy. All right. This thing, being so large, is blocking a ton of the view of that back wall. I mean, I could pull this over a bit. Okay, now I think we can put something there. Miscellaneous. Door related. I think there's like a key rack or something like that. If not, I can just like make some out of like funk detail brushes. Ooh, that is a strange key. Wall. One plaque. Nah. Oh, interesting. I should probably use that for the gate outside later. Oh, hangers? Hook, curved, simple. Yeah, honestly, this will probably just work. Small. Yeah, yeah. Oh, rack? No. Not what I wanted. Hey there. Oh, guess I'm alright. As I have titled my stream, I think I found the source of the roaches in my apartment and I took care of it. So I'm really happy about that. That's supposed to be small. Jesus. Let me try another. Actually, is there like a prefab I could use? So yeah, I don't know. I was randomly one night just looking around the kitchen, and I noticed that there were a bunch of food crumbs sort of between my stove and one of the counters. And I was like, I should probably get in there and clean that up to prevent more roaches from coming in. And I pull the stove out, and the way that the plug went into the wall, there was like this big hole there, and there's supposed to be like this plate on there that's supposed to cover it, but like the screws had come off basically. And so I looked in there, and it was just all these. Well, I won't go into it. Basically, I could tell that a lot of roaches had been there. Decorative. So, furniture, household accessories. No. Junk. Lights, locks. Mapper tools. Oh, there's an ambient light prefab. Oh, interesting. Played sticks. I've not played sticks actually. I don't know. That's weird because it seems to have shelf objects. Wow, just a bunch of junk to fill stuff in. Oh, this will be helpful. No, Sticks seems to be one of those series that is like doing okay and doing its own thing, but like nobody pays attention to it. Yeah, it's weird. It's kind of got its own little corner of the industry. Room fillers, chairs, tables. Oh my god, really? I so could have used this in my last map. God damn it. Yeah, so sorry I can't really provide stuff. I know it's a third person stealth game compared to like Thief being first person, so I don't know. It's a thing. That's my hot take. Great plot twist. Oh, interesting. All right. Let's try this. Oh, that's much better. Jeez. Yeah. So let me get like a board or something. It's to hang a key on. Yeah, about there seems good. Because that's sort of a little higher than the waist on this guy. It seems appropriate. So yeah, I plugged up that thing with the roaches. That's all that story is. I was actually using some sealant. And the thing is that it wouldn't really hold while it dried. So I got my cast iron, or my Dutch oven rather, which is a cast iron pot, and I literally just left it on the floor to hold that plug against the wall so that it would seal properly. And then in the morning, I was able to push the stove into place. And for the past several days, I've not seen any roaches, so I'm really happy about that. Then I don't know. Let's add a fourth one. Why not? Make this sort of this texture so it at least sticks out. And then rotate 90. There we go. Yeah, no, agreed. I know recently there was a project for Thief 2 for the game's 20th anniversary. I think that mapping contest just wrapped up. All right, so where is this key actually located? Here we are. Here. Bring that over here. Stream brought all that out. Yeah, I'm actually a big Jimmy Kimmel fan. No, I'm not. Yeah, algorithms be weird. Having some sort of metal ring to actually hook this from would be ideal. A tavern of sorts? No, it's more of a office building. Maybe that's a weird thing to put in a thief-esque mission, but it's kind of what I've committed to. Some key ring. Is there any way I can actually search? That'd be handy. Wooden rack, no. Yeah, the whole thing about this mission, and I'll get, I'll show you soon after. But this whole mission is centered around a canal, a shipping canal, and so this is the this is sort of the office where like a lot of that is, or a lot of those deals are sort of made. Gathering at the inn. Is that an FM? Rope. A decorative staff. I've not really played any FMs for Thief 1 or 2. I have tried before. I just guess I have difficulties actually getting it to run. Tourmaline. Ooh. Alright. Am I just gonna have to make a ring? That doesn't seem very good. Seriously, for like hangers, there's no hooks, iron sign mount, ladder mount. Oh, that'd be a good thing to place. Curved hook, ornate small curved. Oh, maybe that would be a good. No. Never mind. Yandros or something like that. Yeah, I honestly should play more of them. Joe, yeah. Okay, so if I recall, these ones here are the scale. 5. Yep. Maybe not that small. 7. Yeah, there we go. Cool. So still looks okay from this angle. Yeah. Yeah. I know the guy who's running it, who ran the past couple of FM contests, is this guy Romain Barrio, who is working on Wrath right now. And I've heard very good stuff about his missions as well. His name was Skaki, I believe. Cool. All right. All right. This looks pretty decent. I also heard that someone got hired to work at Arcane through the Thief FM's stuff, which is really impressive. Good for him. Okay. So basically, I'm going to run through this building again. See how this plays. Alright. Just gonna no clip through this. Yeah, might as well. Boom. Oh shit. He's coming this way. And come through here. I like that. That was fun. It's actually starting to feel thiefy. I think it's also strange. The front of this just looks like full brightly lit. Like there's no like shadow casting from. This is odd. Is that light set to no shadows? All right, well. So let's say I'm a player. I go up here. Ah, jeez. The light is exactly in the middle of the sight line. Great. Gotta nudge that. Even from this angle, it's tough to see. Maybe I could put like a shelf on there with a little candle. Okay, so I just turned on no target, so... Oh, wait. It fell? What? Okay, that's something. Alright, I can despot it again.
What that is? Damn, I thought I heard something.
Alright.
I hate this shift.
So let's see if I actually... say walk over here. Correct. Okay, so if I just walk by this guy, like, he's not gonna see me, because he's too far back there. But if I walk into the lobby just straight, actually that's kind of perfect, because it tutorializes for the player. Although they've already had a stealth encounter at this point. So I don't know. I don't know if that's necessary. Office lobby key. Oh, I'm an idiot. That is the key from back when we had the locked door here. So now where is this key to actually... That must be in the big office up here. Yep. Whoops. No, that's not right. So, maybe instead... Right, there's the used by properties for doors. Actually, yeah, I don't want that. No, wait, I do. Jesus Christ. I was trying to remember because the trigger to get the ship going used to be here, and then like right out this front door here, but now we've moved it up here for like when the player first sees the ship, And so I was concerned about, like, well, we need to get the player to go out this door. And I wanted this to instead maybe go to this door so the player can get into this back office. And now that's okay because we don't have to get the player out here. Excuse me. Okay, so it's the name here that is set to be the used by. Actually, let me change this. First floor office key. Just office key, I suppose. Then use it by. All right. This will be blocked now, so the player can open this with that second key, which is good. Again, I don't have create cylinder. I don't. I'm not sure having rings actually attaching these things to the hooks is necessary at this point. What is necessary is moving this damn thing. This is also set to have shadows, so I don't know why we're having this problem. I think I'll just move this down a bit and then sort of squish it. Yeah, there we go. From the player's point of view, these should be nice, bright, and reflective if they weren't falling to the floor. So, I wonder if there's a... Because you don't think that they would be physics objects, right? Yeah. We'll deal with that when we deal with that. Actually, maybe a tiny. Clip volume would be good here. Just clip. Yeah. Maybe that'll cause issues if the player wants to like move close to this wall, but I doubt it. Okay, let's try that again. Let's do this. Oh boy. Okay. So. I forgot to move him up. Whoops. Ah, well.
All worked up for nothing.
It's not any better, really, in terms of actually casting shadows.
Is that something over there?
Let's go over here. Oh no, what am I gonna do?
Nothing now.
The view's kind of better. Actually, honestly, maybe just like moving it right next to him would be better. Moving that lamp.
What that is?
Turned off targeting. They still both fell. I don't know why.
Bloody eyes are playing tricks on me, they are.
Shit. Well, good to know he can patrol and respond properly. Oh, it does have a lock already, though. Or at least a modeled plate for one, I think. Okay. No?
Bloody coward.
That feels pretty thiefy, actually. I'm really happy with that.
Bloody bastard. He's got it away. I'm gonna stuff your mouth full of your own filth. I've got him cornered here. Bloody bastard. What a bugger. Hmm? Was that...
And instead we can come out here.
I don't see anything now.
And yeah. Yeah, buddy. I think I do actually want more light on the corner of this building in front here. 'Cause we could see plenty of like the alleyway in the shadow there, I guess. But yeah, all right. Okay, so first off, I think I'm just going to move this back towards him anyways. Second, I think there's actually a projected texture for that light that we found, or for this lamp that we found last time. Hang, swing. TDM, lamp, desk. Yeah, I think that's the one. Although I think that requires this to actually be basically like equivalent to the center of where that would be. So you can't really fudge the light too much. For that matter, I don't think it'd be projecting that pattern onto the floor, you know? So this might have to be... fuck it. Leave it for now. Alright. And then move this guy up a bit. Yep, that seems good. Oh, I can use one of those room filler prefabs. Although, if they knew that this table was going to be up against a wall, then why did they rotate the plant to clip into the... of course. Wrap that in monster clip. It's not. Oh, right. Oh, interesting. I'd actually need to wrap the individual meshes. Although, honestly, I think just having one big one is not bad. It'll probably be better, actually. Getting some monster clip on these stairs would be good. I mean, they could probably step up there anyways, but, you know. Okay. So let's actually get to tackling this bit. So first and foremost, we actually need to be able to open this thing, and that will require turning this into a funk door. So mover, no, it's not in there. Movers, doors, there we go. Although these already come with meshes, and that's not what I want here. Default swinging door, yes. Although, it might be cool to have basically two windows like right next to each other and have it be a sliding thing. That might be neat. Sure, let's do that. Why not? And then basically move this over one as well. Basically going to revert that to world spawn. Um, 56, 62. So that they match here. There we go. Basically, I'm going to offset this by 1 unit. So on the slides, A, we don't have Z fighting. B, it'll actually appear like, you know, it's set up to do that. Actually, I don't know. Maybe this should be a little more pronounced in terms of a difference. Yeah, like that. Gonna have to basically disguise that. Natural, line to top and a line to left. Yeah, kind of. Might need to find a little metal texture that's similar to this to make this work. Not well. This side looks fine though. Yeah. So basically on top of this, we will create a funk portal so that this can actually block visibility until it's opened. The entity, translate, I want this to translate. So I believe it's going to be in the positive X direction because the red vector here is pointing this way. This is going to be from center to center, I think. It's about 64 units, so let's just try that for now. So we'll start there. Filter, clip textures. We will actually... I think I'm going to expand this flat side here, basically. Sort of move this up. It's going to make this a more narrow opening area, but I think that's all right for now, at least. I mean, I can probably push this back a little as well, if need be. It feels too cramped. This, drag that down like this. Yeah, almost there. And yeah, something like that. Then I think I want this to be like that. Oh, I didn't think it was gonna actually scale up in this axis. Whoops. And now it's the window texture. Cool. this. And that is odd. All right. Okay, so these two are basically on par. Come on. Kind of blocks the read, I guess. Hmm. Okay, this light I don't think really needs to be this wide. So, should give me some further assistance. In clearing some rooms so that I can get a light here, I think. Maybe not on the window. Honestly, I could shrink this down too. What is this? I don't think this has a projected texture on here yet. The big round projected texture really helped. Oh, actually, I think in this case I can get away with using one light for both models. I would like that. Nope. Jeez. Shit. Yeah, every time I say that, it's just a failure waiting to happen. It's great. Just remove that and have this be like a normal light. The reason I'm doing this is because I want the windows obviously to actually stick out here in terms of the read. So I think there's the at least for this, we could do the like dimly lit one, because there's a dimly lit, I think. Oh, 3 unlit. Oh. Barely lit, brightly lit. Oh, there's flicker patterns. Wow, neat. I don't necessarily think this texture is gonna fit. It kind of looks to me like a church window, maybe. That's kind of sad because that. There's like no other variations available for this one. Wow. I also don't know what self-lit is. Maybe it means like an emissive texture, like it actually like glows and affects lighting calculations. Wow. Dang. Fuck it. Yeah. Let's just leave it alone. Also want to consider how high this is placed, because this is like, what, a player height and a half. That seems maybe excessive. Yeah, it's like almost 2 player heights, I think. Yeah. Yeah, it is actually. Yeah. So yeah, that's a little excessive. That's from the bottom, right? Yes. So I think at the very least we can move this down 32 units. I'm also saying this because, you know, I'm concerned about the player potentially like hopping up and mantling onto the roof here. Actually, maybe just 16 would have been fine. Yeah, there you go. Honestly, pulling these out a little more might help. Not just for getting a sense of like how much it's going to cover, making this sort of feel sheltered and claustrophobic like an alleyway in Thief should, but also because I'm a little concerned about getting an awning to actually bridge this gap, or getting one that the player can like jump across. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I think because of lowering this has actually helped the read a tad. It's still kind of obscuring the window, but you know. Hey, Rosso. Yeah, something like that. If I move the player back, that's probably going to be fine. And I kind of want an entryway in here. To imply the space and everything. And then move this up. It's pretty neat. Yeah, actually, I don't know about this. I think instead what I want is to have this sort of come in here from like a 45, or like matching the edge of this, like a 90-degree angle. But it'll be like 45 relative to where it is now. And then have it like run parallel to the awning. You know what I mean? Yep. That won't do anymore. That'll be on the 45, so that's good. Actually, I think I want to nudge this. Go like that. And then I think from here, actually, create that. Okay. And let's do this. Oh, I see. I think this is what I want to do. I actually want it to like line up with this. Maybe. Is that what I want to do? I don't know. And then move that there. This here. And that there. Except not the whole height. Oh, jeez. Yee-hoo. Okay. That looks pretty good. And then similarly, we can have sort of an inset here to make this look murky. I think that's on the 45. Yeah, looks up. No, not quite. Will that actually just match up with this? Yeah. This is gonna be messy. I don't like this. Sorry. Got talking heads in the brain again. Actually, maybe letting this in at a 45 isn't bad. This is going to be tough. Yeah. All right, so models, good old crates, because I am unimaginative. Oh, actually, what if we do barrels? Now we're breaking new ground. Okay, so let's try this out. Boy, I can barely make anything out. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna have to fix this. But for now, I will try and struggle to see what is here. Can I make it? Sure. It doesn't feel as obvious as it should, I think. And it is like barely on the cusp of being able to be done, you know? Alright, so. Oh, beautiful. It's exactly how I wanted that to happen. Awesome. Maybe not a door sound, but you know. Show portals 1. This one doesn't seem to ever close. Now let's try this. Yeah. If the player clip weren't there, they would absolutely be able to get over that. That's not great. Okay. First off, oh, yeah, because this isn't actually touching the, this surface is not touching the door itself. That's not good. Then maybe move this a little less than 64 units so that, you know, there's a bit of a lip that the player can still see. Let's go 61. Sound. Sound open. That might work. That might work as well, I think. Maybe that. So I think 10, 11, and 2. Oh. I think 10, 2, and 3. Yeah, let's go with that one. quick latch sound like that. And then, if I recall, there's a property for sound. Move? Yeah. No. No. Oh, sliding. Nah. Nah. It's probably fine. Let's just work with the sound effects we have right now. Yeah, basically create a light right here. Make it real thin too. Yeah, they're like right up against each other. Again, I think big round or bright round or no. Rounded square? No. Something like that we'll have to do. That looks pretty good. Let's get a prefab like right here for, I don't know, some torch. Sconce candle. Or is this just for the model, not the light itself? How does this look? And how about we basically duplicate this, move this around this back part. And actually move this out a little bit. Yeah, kinda. I think what I can do though is add sort of a lit window here, you know. Oh, yes, this is the one we want. Or maybe not. Yeah, let's go with that. Natural fit. Again, 90. No. 900. What? Hey. Then fit. Line top and left. Yeah. All depends on the tools you have, really. I remember. Okay, that looks a lot better. I remember God, having to spend so much time on texture alignment in like my last map. And they have some funky tools here. Oh, I think specifically I was looking at texture alignment stuff. Like they have specific tools here where you can move the UVs of each face on a brush around, and that was supposed to really help, I think, with patches, which are basically, the terrain mesh stuff, but they're not, the best. So yeah, we can actually, and this doesn't really extend that far, so that's good. So you don't really have to worry about overlapping lights here. At least I shouldn't have to. Okay, that's pretty good. This way it at least kind of feels like it's emanating from the window. If we get it to, yeah, basically line up with the center. Whew, look at that. They do overlap a tiny bit, though. Well, thank you. Then I think basically for this, maybe instead of having this like glow onto this window, because the texture doesn't really match that, we have a window on here instead that's casting a light from the other side. So hopefully we can get a little light from around the corner here. Oh yes, I should make this into a static so it doesn't cut up the viz tree. A line left. Oh, beautiful. It just looks like man. Line right, yeah. Now it just looks like metal framing that, or wood rather. It looks like the frame. You know what I mean. Left. Beautiful. All right. So I think I'm gonna do a combo of this point light as well as a spot. And I can actually get this nice projected texture. I think they'll have a shadow texture for this. How does this look? Yeah. Could be worse. I think that from here, yeah, you should be able to catch like a glimpse of this to get a sense of like, oh, there's something around there. Maybe instead I should have like a light down towards the center here so that we can get more of a silhouette of, you know, maybe this is like underlit, and then because of that there'll be some light on the ground here and we can get the silhouette more clearly of this awning. Move this out. That doesn't touch the ground, actually. That's not good. Sweet. So we've got a little of that spilling out. A little underlight here. And you come up here and boom. Oh, yes. Yes, that is what I'm looking for. That right there. Let's make this a projected. It's like the window diamond set pattern. That doesn't quite match, but oh, kind of. Okay, let's try that. Right, vertex stuff. Yeah, I really like it too. I'm just trying to. I just think, especially with, this temp texture on the wall here, I'm a little worried that this is gonna be like too messy looking, you know? Yeah, because like especially in the middle there, like it's simulating the shadow cast by that like middle bar, and that's just like a big obvious. I don't know. It just like messes with actually being able to see this thing clearly, I think. Maybe. Oh, well, maybe that. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't bother with the. texture right now and just like, I don't know. I'm probably fine. It's probably fine for now. Yeah, have it be a little more subtle like that. Yeah, widen that a bit. Okay, yeah, this is a little spread out, so it feels a little more readable. Oh, yeah, yeah, that's way better. All right, well, let me demap that and use the restroom real quick, and we'll see how this looks in edit or in game rather. Closer to the limit itself. How much light is coming through? Oh yeah. By the way, I'm curious. Because of the layout of my new apartment, the toilet is much closer to my bedroom. So I'm wondering if the flush was audible. I hope not. Okay. I gotta say though, this came out fantastic, actually. Oh, does this thing already have a light? Because it's like flickering. Oh, that's not good. This looks fantastic, though. I'm so happy with that. Wow. Yeah, maybe the candles just have their own point light that I just need to not futz with. That... Well, that could be a bit more spread out, the actual point light on there, but I don't know what's happening with that projected light. It's not doing anything. Oh, if you heard the faucet, I'm fine with it. I don't know. Maybe if I don't know, just remove that. Also, I'm going to test removing this. Maybe. I don't know. Yes. Good audio feedback. Yeah, so the candles have their own light. Interesting. I think I completely forgot that. What is going on? What is going on with that projected light? Okay, also, yeah, this is actually a great deal wider than the window itself. And this really isn't. Wait, that's 136 and then 48. Not that that'll give me accurate proportions, but let's compare these two. Yes, it is much larger. Now what is up with this? Does this just need to be like way brighter, way more obvious? Yeah, that's sort of the peak there. Whoop, where am I? I'm over here. Yeah, I don't know. Let's try this. Hey, how you doing? Okay, now it's showing up. Interesting. It looks considerably less yellow than the other lights I've kind of set up. That's quite odd. Let me look up here. Oh, dingus. Yeehoo. Yeah. Well, I should probably move the light a little closer so that actually looks more like it's like radiating out of this thing. Closer to that. Lighting behind the barrels. Yeah, kind of. I mean, that. Yeah, I totally planned that. No. Yeah, I think there needs to be a little something more to make them like stand out a bit. I think they are a little too far away from here because there's like this gap the player can fall down. I think pushing them over a little to the right will definitely help. Maybe having a light here as well to cast a little something on the front of them will be okay. That'll really help call them out. Yeah, again, make that a little more yellow. Making that a little more yellow. Oh, thank you, Hamza. Yeah, let's move this over a little bit. Oh, so, So I can't actually look at any of the prefab properties. Like I can't adjust the light. I don't know if I like that. This is Dark Radiant. Well, the level editor itself is. This is running off of the idTech 4 engine, which ran Doom 3. And the game I am working in now is this game called the Dark Mod, which is basically Thief, but not Thief. Yeah, see that? There's a little more intersection with the wall there. So, yeah, so if I pull... in like that, I think that's a little better. And then, yeah, this projected light. Yeah, this should... Let's get it to match the actual texture of this glass more. Or the... You know, the diffuse. That's the term. God, if only I had like an eyedropper tool here, that'd be really rad. Just, oh, that'd be great. Yeah. I think a little more orange is gonna help. Something a little more, yeah, something a little closer to this. Add 2 custom colors. And then for this, we'll have that be that color instead. It looks kind of oversaturated here, but quite honestly, you know, things are a little different in the game itself. Oh, that's a good idea. Try my hand at creating levels in Doom Builder and GTK Radiant. Yeah, so this is basically a form of Radiant on top of that. An FPS creator. I'm not familiar with FPS creator. I think I've heard of it. Well, you know, I think you're right about the Photoshop, and I will do that again if this proves insufficient. Oh yeah, I played Doom Eternal for the first time last night. I'm terrified to give my opinions on it. Yeah. That's still better, I guess. I don't know. Hot takes now. Actually, yeah, this, at least it catches the top of the silhouette. God, yeah, I don't know. There are, I think, a few people who have pointed out on Twitter that, you know, there's differences in the way Doom Eternal is approaching things compared to the way Doom 2016 is. And the thing is that it's not terribly communicated, or it's not communicated terribly well. And then I think that there are other people who are like, you know, very defensive about it. Not defensive, but like, you know, it's sort of this idea of like, well, I figured it out, so therefore, you know, it shouldn't be a problem for anyone else. And that's kind of not what I think is a great take. Yee-hoo. Yeah. Oh, of course. No complaints about the music.
you?
Shut up, nerd. Yeah, like it. If I hadn't really like seen people's reactions on Twitter in terms of like, oh, it's putting more emphasis on the chainsaw, I'm not sure I would have figured out what the hell I was doing wrong. It, I don't know. It's tough. There was an encounter pretty early on. It was the first encounter with these sort of fireball spitting things, but it was like down a hallway, and then you basically go around an S bend with another set, and then there's like one of those arachnotrons right around that corner, and I died in that hallway like so many times because I kept like running out of ammo, and I kept having a trouble of like consciously remembering like I need to go and chainsaw an enemy before I get into there so that I actually have enough ammo to shoot the Arachnotron's turret and take out its like a really strong attack so I can actually get through there. And yeah, I did not find it easy. I kept thinking of like all the stuff I brought up during my first Prey video where I'm talking about like, you know, you're trying to get the player to engage in these certain behaviors. You know, and okay, so maybe now it'll stick because it's actually showing up. Oh yeah, and I think I want just like another light here. And you know, it just feels like, you know, they're sort of unintentionally encouraging and reinforcing the wrong behaviors right out of the gate. And especially because, you know, people like myself and like so many people are coming into Doom Eternal and they're like, oh, this is just like Doom 2016, but there's going to be more stuff in it. They're going to come in with that mindset and that sort of approach. And I think you need to pay specific attention to, like, you know, making sure that players understand, like, no, you can't do it this way. And, like, as far as I can tell, like, the opening of Doom Eternal doesn't really put enough effort into that. I wonder how first blind with all that stuff off. Yeah, it's like I don't think it would. Didn't even know I had it. It's been the next couple of vision. Is there a new level analysis coming out? Oh boy, isn't that a good question? No, it has been a while. I've been kind of dabbling in stuff here and there. Long story short is that last June I got laid off from my job while I was mid-script for a thing talking about game engines, actually. But the thing is that, you know, I took me like 8 months, but I've got a job now. And I've been trying to get slowly back into working on stuff. I've been streaming this the whole time, though. So yeah, I have the engine script that's sort of been half finished for like most of a year, and I just need to like keep picking away at it, basically. And now there's actually like a weird thing that I want to do in terms of presenting that video, and now I actually have the money to do it. And there are bits and pieces of other scripts that I've like tried to start Oh, shotgun guy hit scans me, prioritize him, dodging fireballs, stagger cacodemons. Yeah, there you go. This could be nudged closer. Well, thanks. Got a pretty sweet tax return as well, actually, but actually a lot of that is going back to people who I owe money to. So I don't know. Maybe if I just put like a lantern down there, just have it like glowing on the barrels, that'd be okay. How does this look? Feels weird. I think the color like here is pretty good, but when it shines on here, I feel less confident in it. You know. I think it just needs to be like slightly desaturated here. And again, we get this like read of the lip. Yeah, that's good. That is good shit. Alright, I actually wanted to make this... actually wanted to make this a little more forgiving of a jump. So I will... yeah, so hopefully that works. Or maybe, I don't know, just another window here might work as well. Yeah, fuck it. These have been going so well. This is how I win. Oh boy. I'm getting obsessed with uncut gems. I've already seen it twice. It's fantastic. Actually, I'm just going to rotate this. Well, first I'm going to have to... Quake 4, that's interesting. I mean, hey, whatever brings you to it. One of my professors, actually, he worked at... what's it? Speaking of id, he worked at a place called Terminal Reality. And then Ritual. And I think at Terminal Reality he worked on Sin episodes. Was that first episode? As a level designer. And then I believe they worked on... He said that there was an expansion for Quake 4 that they had finished, but Quake 4 didn't sell well enough, and so the publisher was just like, we're not publishing this. So it's very interesting how that ended up. Then line left. Yeah, there we go. And then he ended up working at id on Rage. And then Doom 4, which got scrapped and turned into Doom 2016, but he left. Half-Life 3 confirmed. Well, I mean, we kind of got it. In one way or another. Yeah, Half-Life Alex looks so interesting to me, but I don't know if I really want to commit that money to. Yeah, see, we get a little glint on here, and then we'll have like a silhouette back there to help the. Oh yes. I don't know if I want to commit that much money to VR. You know. And then move this back a little, so you can get more of this. Oh, Blood Rain. I've heard of those. Let's see how this looks. Oh, way clearer view of those barrels. I love that. Can't really move that much farther back, but actually, maybe if I actually started the player back here, that'd be neat. But yeah, this really adds something. Maybe the frame itself shouldn't be casting shadow like that. That's a minor thing, you know. Contributed something in a big sense. Of course. You contribute good conversation. Sorry, that was too schmaltzy. So look at this. Oh, and how is the new jump? Now that we've made this a little more narrow of a gap. Hey, that feels pretty good. I'm gonna have to fix that someday. That Z fighting. Alright, and let's... You know, I realize, saturation, let's go 170. Did that really make much of a difference? I can't tell. Hue, luminance, or lumosity. I don't know what that means. I don't know. Let's go like 120 and see what changes. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that kind of works. I like that. This is how I win. Sorry. Nudging the player's attention to the barrels. Well, yes. I mean, I think they should be... Like, if the player is going to have this traversal puzzle, I think it should be seen in the initial read. I'll do that with this as well. And here. Oh, that is... Okay, no, that's bad. Bad. Okay, I did not make this a funk static. That would be a good thing to do. So the thing is that if you add a property to a world spawn object, the thing is that all world spawn objects have that property attached. So you need to get rid of that. I mean, there are certain things in the dark mod I know prior will actually assign like mission data to world spawn. Like there's stuff about like the pre-mission shop that you set up that is basically the same as Thief, where it keeps like all that data in world spawn. Telling all of your geometry to not cast shadows, however, is a bad thing. Is the software GPU intensive? I mean, this is, for Doom 3, so it's kind of out of date. I mean, not out of date, but, like, hardware has advanced quite a bit since then. So I don't think it's too intensive. Normally, I think it also depends on the map you get through the dark mod. There were like when I released my map, it was pretty sparsely decorated. But the thing is, on my laptop that I got in 2012, which is what I was working on at the time, I was still able to get pretty consistently, like, I think at least 45 frames around the map, if not, 60 in most places, because I spent a lot of time paying attention to optimization and portalization in this engine. And then there were maps that I played on that same hardware released by other people that were like barely pushing 20 frames per second in certain areas. And I dug into some of their maps actually, and I tried to figure out why that was. Wow. Yeah, this does look better, I gotta say. Wow. Maybe if I started the player like here, well, I don't know. Because I want to basically call attention to that window in particular. So yeah, frankly, there were some maps put out by the Dark Mod community that were not very well optimized. I say that knowing that this is a giant ass open outdoor area, and this is probably going to be really performance heavy. And I am dreading having to confront that. But, I'll deal with that down the road, and I'll do what I can. As for favorite level ever, that's tough. I think, when you said that, I think my first thought was the naval shipyard in Deus Ex, because it had so many interesting ways of like moving between the buildings in the exterior, but then you go into sort of the second part of the map, which is inside this big building. And so you go from like an exterior yard place to an interior, pardon me, I bumped the mic, an interior military building sort of place, and then you go in, and then there's this submarine in there. And then you go into the submarine, and that has basically been the whole target the whole time, and you get like 5 different places that you need to set off explosives to basically blow up the sub, and then you basically have to make your way back through that sort of like, it's almost like layers of an onion in mission design, and I just was really staggered that they like took that approach, and they really committed to something that ambitious, that team, and I really like it. I'm sorry you don't like it, Rosso dude. All right. Well, yeah, this was actually really nice. A really nice result. I probably got a little too detail oriented here, for right now, but I really am happy with how that came out. I was just thinking in the middle of the session before we actually saw some of this, I was like moving things around in terms of lights to get a sense of like, oh, I need something here to make sure that the player can see this shape in the darkness. And I was thinking to myself, like, wow, I seem way more confident about lighting this time around. And yeah, I don't know. It's kind of astonishing to me to actually see something there and be like, I feel like I've improved. So that's really encouraging to me. So, on my 4th playthrough, it finally clicked. So non-linear and open. Yeah, no, I get you. I mean, I don't know. There were problems with Hong Kong. I'm thinking mostly the that what's it? Apartment for the lady in there, and then you like go back and there's like an assassin there, and it's just like really not set up well to circumvent the enemies that are there. But yeah, I bet. Trying to remember what other missions were in there. There was like the medical facility that you'd go and do, right? Plus, the first time I actually like tried getting through Deus Ex, I got pretty far, and then I got to the helipad area that serves as the intro mission to Hong Kong, and I literally got stuck there for a while, and I didn't know what to do. And then it took me a while to get back to Deus Ex, and I started back there, and I kind of resumed. So it's kind of a rough intro. I think the Hell's Kitchen mission is actually really good as well. One where you have to go across all these rooftops and get to the antenna on the other side. but then there's also like the street level, and then there's like the sewers below it, and it's like that's insane to me. You have to open a locker for a key or go up one particular event. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So hell yeah, this was a really productive session, and I'm really happy with this. Thank you guys so much for talking with me and tuning in. See you guys next week. Bye.